Well, the Celtics are at it again. Underwhelming home performance choke jobs in the playoffs behind their fearless leader and village idiot head coach, Joe Mazzulla. I've taken a lot of flack in the old comments area for my recent video about Jason Tatum being garbage, but I'm doubling down on my Celtics hate because damn it, they deserve it. This time, I want to turn my attention to their 16-year-old head coach, Joe Mazzulla. Okay, he's not 16. But at just 34 years old, he is outrageously young to be the head of an organization. Not to mention, he is extremely unaccomplished and has about as underwhelming of a resume as you can possibly imagine in order to land this job, with stops at Glenville State, the Marine Red Claws, and Fairmont State before heading to the NBA as an assistant with the Celtics for just 3 years. The extent of his head coaching experience prior to taking over the NBA's best team in the offseason was 2 years as the head coach at Fairmont State. But it did seem to be smooth sailing through the regular season for the NBA's Doogie Howser, though things have gotten a bit rockier once the calendar ticked over to April and games actually started mattering more. First, there was the gag job in the first round in a potential closeout game against the putrid Atlanta Hawks, where the Celtics led by 12 points late in the fourth quarter, only to give up a 16-point quarter to Trae Young, which was accentuated with this three-point bomb to beat Boston and push them into a sixth game. They then muddled their way through a second-round matchup against the Sixers, who had a banged-up Joel Embiid that didn't even play in Game 1 in Boston. But that didn't stop the Celtics from playing an uninspired game and letting Philadelphia steal the game on the road. The Celtics weren't done though, as they laid an epic stinker at home in a pivotal swing Game 5 with the series tied 2-2. Boston just no-showed altogether and got blown off their home court, being pushed to the brink of elimination, requiring them to win a Game 6 at Philadelphia, then a Game 7 in Boston, which they ultimately did do. But you get no credit for beating teams you absolutely should beat.
So you get nothing.
You would think, though, that possibly the Celtics could be bothered to learn their lesson coming into the Eastern Conference Finals against a significantly undermanned Heat team still missing their second best player, who was barely 500 in the regular season. But no, yet again, the bum Celtics no-show, getting obliterated in the third quarter when the Heat outscored them 46-25. 46 points in a quarter for this Celtics defense is an absolute disgrace. All of this emblematic of a much larger issue. Their team is atrociously coached. But don't tell that to Joe Mazzulla, who dropped some hot fire on reporters following his Celtics' most recent gag job in Game 1 at home. Listen to this petulant, pompous child and this legendarily inept performance at the podium.
Joe, you said they played harder than you in the third quarter. That's what they do. They play harder than their opponent. How are you guys unprepared for that? And
we were prepared. We played harder than them in the first half, and then they outplayed us for one quarter. So we were prepared for it. We had the right mindset heading into the game. No. We had the right mindset heading into the game. We played harder than they did, and we were prepared, and we did a great job.
The third quarter made all the difference, right?
It did, but we were prepared, and then we let go of the rope.
Yeah, why did you let go of the rope?
I don't know. It's a great question, and that's what we have to figure out, but it came from our attention to detail.
This guy is a far way away from Fairmont State, and he just got absolutely worked by Eric Spoelstra, who might as well have jumped on the Celtics scorers table after Game 1 and asked Mazzulla how his ass tastes.
Tell me how my ass tastes.
I don't know.
Oh no, you know, Joe. You know damn well. And you're also going to know how it feels to get fired swiftly at the conclusion of this season.
Because the good news is you're fired.
If this season ends with anything less than a championship.